Hey fam, hey friends, your girl is back. Nkechi Ejikeume on Who Cares to Care. How are we all doing? I used to it by now, auntie. Yes, I hope you are fine. I hope you are good on a serious note. This is serious matters. I'm back on episode 5 of Are You a Punching Bag? And after episode 4, I could hear from here your questions. I could hear what happened to your own marriage. What about your own marriage? What about your own relationship? And I have decided to bring you up to speed of how my life has been and what happened. With all due respect to my children. Remember, I have children. I'm going to leave some room for respect for my children. Otherwise, if you know me, you know me. But anyway, let's move on. Okay, like I said, or like I've been saying in other episodes, I am equally a product of a teenage marriage. I wasn't quite young. I was in my early 20s though. But early 20s of my generation, it is not the early 20s of today. Because in my days, our early 20s, the only thing we knew how to do is to wear good clothes, rub lipstick, rub eye pencil, and do all the guy and all that. We thought we knew it all, but we knew nothing. But a babe of my age that time now knows 100 times more than I knew then. But even daring, even at that early 20s I'm talking about, it is too early for a child to marry, even now. I have come with my own experience to advise my generation. It's as simple as that. Because when I married at that age, let me start with my parents. My parents were here. They lived there for 20 years. We were all born here. With all the exposure they have, they were wonderful parents. Many of my friends, you people know me. You people can testify of my parents. It's not gainsay. They were awesome. They were open book parents. As much as they could be open at that time in their generation. My father was the one that, as far as he was concerned, he would play with you. He was a loving dad. He was a very, very sweet dad. But you don't have any business with the opposite sex. In fact, what are you doing standing with an opposite sex? That never happened. It's not in existence. Even at my age, if I see my father if I'm standing with one strange human being, I still duck and dive. In my early 50s, I would run away. That is how I was brought up. My mother was that mother that she believed in bringing your friends. Give them less, because she wanted to know the families you were mingling with at that time. But my father, but even during this generation, what our children have, we didn't have it. In my house that time, if you grew up in my time, you know what I mean. You know the phone. Now children have mobile phone, pressing rubbish every minute. There was only one phone in the living room. And God save your soul, your father have an extension in his office downstairs. My father's chambers was in our house on the second floor. We were on the third floor. So there's an extension. So only one phone. And when I grew up, if you had phone that time in your house, in fact, you are on a level 2. Those coily ones, the ones you pick it up and it's coily and it has holes top and bottom, and you hold the mighty hand and the box is right in front of you. So when the phone goes, grrr, even if my father is not in the living room or not upstairs, you don't even know whether he's downstairs holding the extension. Then God save your soul. My father now picks up the call. Maybe he's watching television, watching one match, one news, and the phone goes. He picks it up and answers and calls you, Nkechi, come and take your call. God, you'll be praying as you're coming. Let it be your friend, a girl. If it's a boy, hello, you to say the next line, to tell the human being on the other side to quickly drop and disappear in a thin air. You don't know how to do it. Your father is pretending he's watching television for where, waiting for you to say the next line. And the human being will be saying hello, 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 and is echoing out. By the time you finish that, your rubbish, my father won't even talk to you. The work of shame of walking out as quickly as you can wrap up that call, the quicker the better. And they might just be a friend though. Maybe nothing is happening. But for the fact that man and woman does not mix was a problem. That is what we need to change in our generation. These are the things. They were exposed, but you couldn't bring some certain gists around relationships to them. Most of us, that was the crux of our problem. Until one man says he wants to marry you, that you don't know well. Because that time, you are born again Jim to start with. So, you have to know yourself. So, you don't know. Then this man will have to find one human being that knows your father to bring him to tell your father that they want to marry you, which is okay. But in this present generation, the beauty is that you would have had time to have courtship with this man. Is important. Parents, please, I'm begging us. You would have gone to school, finished school, mature, life have gone in short, life has gone to levels. It's not my time. Then courtship is important. Then you will know this human being to an extent at least. I'm just giving you a background, my background, how I grew up. Wherever we stop, we stop. Remember, it is not a matter we finish in one day. So wherever we stop, we return back. We are here now. We are not running away. There's no rush. So wherever I can stop today, I will stop based on time. Then I will always return. So then this human being will now come, this one and that one and that one. And as spirit born again, you had their boundaries. My mother, she used to be a prayer warrior. So it's not that we did not pray. Take that out of the equation. Because it's not just about praying. Prayer without works is dead. We prayed. My mother prayed. Because at that time, there were 4 of them coming to marry me at the same time, asking for my hand in marriage. But because there was no proper, my mother will ask you, do you like him? What do you think? I'm praying to know the one God. But the conversation was not as deep as it's supposed to be, based on what they know at that time. Their own is that their daughter is about to marry, that it is to choose and choose wisely. But daughter, yourself, what do you know? Daughter, how well do you know this guy? They will ask you how well you know this guy. I know him. I met him in Lagos. For her, that courtship for some time is magic. It does a lot, because there's a limit to where both yourself and the man will pretend. There's a limit to where your pretense, one day it will elapse and your real self will start. So if you give time for courtship, if you give time to understand each other, if you give time to proper communications between you and this human being, it will be better. A lot of things will be defined properly. Things will be defined properly. You people will have some semblance of understanding. You might not be able to understand him fully well, because human beings are complicated, including me. But at least to a large extent, you will know who you are about to marry. So this is a little introduction of my background. I had a fantastic, my parents, fantastic till the end of time. Honestly, friends wanted to be us. Families envied us. But based on man-woman affair, it was okay, but my father was a no-no. My mother was, from what she does herself was what she gave us based on that. But every other thing was perfect. I'll leave it on this at this introduction of my own life. And I will return next week while we continue and we roll. So by the time we do 1 or 2 more episodes, that will wrap up, that will give you a full idea of what my marriage was like, and a few things that happened and why I left. Then we continue on advising my generation, our generation, us, me, you, I, as it concerns our children getting married. Whether they are daughters or their sons is important. But till the end of time, your girl, her name remains Nkechi Ejikeume on Who Cares to Care. Thank you. Bye. See you next week.